All right, so let's try A here. So A, well, they've already got it written down for me, 24C23. Now, you could use a button on your calculator. There is a special PC button. You have to come by office hours. I'd be glad, because they're all a little different. Every calculator's a little different. Be glad to help you with that. Start at 24. So remember, the first number is your starting number, right? Start at 24. Do 23 numbers. That's a little bit of a pain. Do 23 numbers. So in other words, 24 times 23 times 22 times 20 times 19. Now, how far do I need to go? If there's going to be 23 numbers altogether. If I start at 24 and I count down by 1 every time, and I'm only going to do, well, I don't know if it's only, but going to do 23 numbers total, where am I stopping? Stopping at 2, right? If I did 24 numbers, that'd be all the way to 1. 1 to 24 is 24 numbers. So if I'm only doing 23 numbers, 1 short of that, I'll stop 1 short of the end. I'll stop at 2. You with me? I'll go all the way to 2. That's 23. Now from 2 to 24 is 23 numbers, right? Because you're missing the number 1. Okay, so that's start at 24. Now you're thinking, do I got to type all that in? Hold on. Something nice will happen. And then the bottom, what's on the bottom? Remember, cut. The C has the cut. What goes in the bottom? Second number on down to 1. 22, 21, 19. Oh, I skipped 20. You get the idea. 20, 19, 18, 2, 1. Right? Second number on down to 1. So look, everybody, what happens here? All of this cancels all of that. What's left? 24 over 1, better known as 24. Make sense? We don't want to type all those on our calculator and then divide by all those, right? It's just by hand 24. 24. That good? Everybody see that? So I started with the first number, 24. I did 23 numbers, which means everything but 1. Because 1 to 24 would be 24 numbers, right? We're skipping the 1. That's 23 numbers. And then the bottom, the cut, is always second number all the way to 1. So all these cancel because the fraction went off at 24 over 1, 24. Now, and that's fine. You can just do that by hand, reason that out, and that's great. There is a trick for C that can save some time and some effort. And that is, for C, you may, if it helps, and it will in this case, subtract the 2 numbers and put the answer in the second number spot. What am I talking about? So let's redo this question, and we'll do it so much easier using this rule. Let's do this one again. I'll bring it up here. 24C 23. What I'm saying is you may subtract the 2 numbers. You may. It's going to give you the same answer. You may subtract the 2 numbers. So and that's not for P. This is only for C. It doesn't work for P. But only for C, you may subtract them. What do I mean? 24 minus 23, what's that? 1. And put that answer where? What's the 1? Where's the 1 go? Put that answer in the second number spot. So the first number spot's not changing. That's still 24, no change there. But that 1, the result of the subtraction, goes in the second number spot. So it changes the question from 24C23 to 24C1. Whatever the answer to that is, be the same. And that's way easier, isn't it? 24C1. You start at 24, right? Remember, this is the start number. Start at 24, do 1 number. Okay, there we go. There's 1 number, right? Remember, the second is how many numbers? Start at 24, do 1 number. Cut by what? Second number on down to 1. It already is at 1. 24 over 1. See, it's the same answer, isn't it? Same answer we got the long way. Everybody see that? So for C, if it helps, you can subtract the numbers. Can't do that for P. Works for C. Is that good? Questions on that? I'll try that for some of those other harder ones. So let's see. How about part B? So part B says 24C22. It would definitely help to subtract. So go ahead and subtract those numbers. Make the question simpler, and then just answer the simpler question. So 24 minus 22 is 2. You can subtract the numbers for C. And where do we put that answer? Where does that 2 go? Second spot. So the first number stays whatever it was. We never changed the first number. But the 2 will go in the second spot. You can subtract them and put the answer in the second spot. That's way easier. Now, can you finish it from there? Start at 24, do 2 numbers, divide by, on the bottom, it's the second number down to 1. Here's your calculator. So we start at 24, do 2 numbers, so 24 times 23, we're always going down by 1 and all this stuff. So start at 24, do 2 numbers, divide by second number down to 1. That's pretty easy, whatever that is. 276? Way better than writing 22 numbers. Is that good? Is that making sense? Questions on that? How about part C? Can you do part C there? Part C, 480, C, 479. Definitely subtract those numbers. So we get 480C1, right? When we subtract those, get 1. That good? Replace the second number with the 1, and then what do you do? Start at 480. This is always our starting number. Only do 1 number, so that was easy, on the top. The bottom, second number down to 1, but that is 1, so it's just 480, isn't it? Is that good? Much easier now? D is the same thing. I'm going to move on. Good with that? Questions before I move on from the PC thing? Still don't know what in the world it is, but now we can really swing the hammer. We're about to build the house. All right. Okay, Board of Directors, XYZ Corporation has 24 members. 24 members, blah, 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 do the PC thing. Okay. So how many different slates of 4 members, president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, can be chosen? So you got these 24 people. So let me write out what we're talking about. We've got 24 people, and we need to pick 4 to be president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. How many different ways are there to do that? How many ways are there to do that? Well, that's where the PC thing comes in. That's exactly what they are. P stands for permute. It means order matters. And C stands for combination, meaning order does not matter. So the PC thing that we just learned how to calculate. They're for exactly questions like this, meaning questions where out of a bunch of objects, out of 24 people, you're going to pick 4. They help you know how many ways there are to do that. So it's kind of like, what if I said, hey, you know what? I'm just feeling generous today. I'm going to pick 4 people off the roll sheet, 4 names at random, and they're each going to get $10. Just feeling generous. I went boom, 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 and picked 4 names. Joe, Tom, Susan, and Mary. You know, I don't think any of you are named Joe, Tom, Susan, and Mary. But anyway, just pick 4 names at random and said, y'all get $10. Now, if I pick the names, here, let's move this over and let me talk about it a little bit more. And so we're wondering, how many different ways could I pick 4 people, right? I could pick Joe, Tom, Susan, and Mary, and they would get that $10 each. Or what if instead I picked Mark, Joe, Michelle, and Kim, and they got the $10 each. Or maybe I could pick Joe. Joe's been in both groups, huh? Joe and Susan and Mark and somebody else named Henry. And on you go. You get the idea. There's a bunch of different groups of 4 people I could pick out of 30 or 24, whatever they're saying. There's different selections of 4 people. These 4 people, those 4 people, these 4 people, those 4 people. How many different groups of 4 people are there? That's the question. How many different groups of 4 people are there? Well, a lot. Who knows? Well, that's what the PC thing's all about. It's all helping us say, out of whatever number, P or C, select this. Select, or how about choose? Choose amount. Out of this number, out of total, let's just say total, probably a better way to say it. Out of this total, choose this amount. That's what it's saying. See all these things, 24P4, all this kind of stuff. What that's saying, when you write 24P4, maybe that's the answer. We'll decide in a minute. If it was 24P4, what that means is out of 24 total people, choose 4 to get the $10 or to be the president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, whatever. Everybody see what I'm talking about? That's the general setup of what P and C mean. Now, I got to tell you what the difference between P and C is. I mean, I've said it, but I've got to explain it a little more carefully. But you get the big idea first off. The first number is the total you're choosing out of. The second number is how many out of that group you're picking. So if there were 30 people in here and I was picking 4 to get $10 each, I would say out of 30, pick 4, or I would say out of 30, choose 4. Now, what's the difference? It'd be one of those two. One of those two would be how many different groups of 4 people there are. It's all messed up. Let me go to fresh screen again here. So, what's the difference? The difference is, again, P, order, matters. So here's the main thing you want to get down. P, order matters. C, order does not matter. I had a buddy, he used to be my colleague at a different school. Anyway, he used to always say, when you order a combination pizza, you never tell them what order to put it on, if that helps you remember it, right? C stands for combination. And you never, when you order a combination pizza, you never say, I want the olives on before the sausage, then put the cheese all over the top or something. You don't tell them the order. There's no order. You just order it, right? You don't tell them what order to put the things on in. Well, that helps you. Combination, no order. Combination is the no order one. The permutation is the order one. Okay, so what? What's all this order stuff? What's with the order with the money? Well, let's think back to the money case. Remember what I said? I said, hey, I'm going to give $10 to 4 people, and I'm going to select names at random off the roll sheet, 4 names, Mary, Joe, Tom, and Susan. Okay, each getting $10. Would they care if instead I put Joe first, and then Tom, and then Mary, and then Susan? Would that matter? If you were one of those 4 people, and I said, these are the 4 that are getting the $10, boom or boom, you wouldn't care what order. Order would not matter to you. But what if instead of $10 each, I said, you know what, I'm in a generous mood, I'm going to give $20, $10, $5, and $1. I'm going to give 4 different amounts. Instead of 4 people all getting $10, the 4 people are getting different amounts. And then you would care if your name came first, because you're getting the $20, whoever comes first, versus third, you're only getting the, $5. So, do we see the principle? That if the results are different, then the order matters. If the results are all the same, who cares about the order? So, let's apply this to the board of director thing. We're going to pick out of 24 people on the board of directors, we're going to pick 4. So it's either going to be out of 24, pick 4, or out of 24, choose 4. One of those is the right answer. Which one? Well, do we care, on part A anyway, do we care about the order? Somebody's going to be president, somebody's going to be vice president, somebody's going to be treasurer, and somebody's going to be secretary. So P is when the results are different. C is when the results are all the same. So on part A, the results are different, aren't they? If Mary was going to be president, and then Joe vice president, and then whatever it is, treasurer and secretary, versus the other selection, Joe would have been president, Tom vice president, Mary treasurer, and Susan still secretary. It's different, huh? If the roles are different, the money's different or the roles are different, then the order matters, and that's P. So our answer is 24P4. For part A, it's 24P4. Everybody with me? Now let's do part B. So part B, look at part B. How many delegations of 4 members can be chosen? Now in part B, they're just picking 4 people to be on some delegation. I don't know what that is, but the point is they don't have different offices, right? Part B, they're saying, okay, now out of the 24 members on the board of directors, just pick 4. See, it says all members are equal. There's no distinction. So part B is going to be, if I can squeeze it in here, 24C4, because the order doesn't matter, right? Combination pizza. We don't give the order. Order doesn't. You don't care what order when the results are all equal. Is that good? Does that make sense? That's how you figure out the number of different ways to do that. Let's see. Doesn't seem clear to me. All right, number 7, punk rock band playing their next concert tour. They have 30 new songs. And basically they're asking, how many different set lists of 15 songs can the band play? So they have 30 songs altogether in their repertoire, and they're going to pick 15 and put them in order to play them at a concert on the tour. So how many different ways can they do this? So you want to think out of this total, C or P, this amount. Y'all with me? So out of this total, P or C, this amount. So out of what total? So let me let you give it a try there. So the total comes first, right? The bigger number comes first. So out of 30 total songs, we're going to P or C 15, right? Everybody good so far? It's either this one or this one, isn't it? Out of 30 total songs, going to pick or choose 15. Now the question is, does the order matter? Does the order matter? Well, I don't think this is a very clear question. On the test, I'll make it crystal clear. It'll be crystal clear whether order matters or not. I've answered the question before in the homework, so I happen to remember. I've gotten it wrong in the homework before, too, because I don't think it's clear. Anyway, they're saying the order matters. That's what they're saying on this thing. They're saying it's different if they put the songs in a different order. See, that's not clear. I'll make it crystal clear, like part B. See how part B it says, where does it say? Hint, in recording a CD, the order is relevant, matters. That's the kind of thing I'll do. I'll make it crystal clear so you're not guessing whether the order matters. So anyway, part A and part B, both, they're saying the order matters. So if the order matters, which one is it, P or C? It's P. Yeah, that's the answer both to A and B. They're both P, which is also kind of weird, I think. So, that good? That makes sense? So when order matters, it's P. Order does not matter, it is